This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men.
Remember what and show yourselves men. All right? Remember these scriptures. But first and foremost, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
And we also want to give double honor to our apostle, the great Millstone Ruel, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right, this is the GMS Mississippi camp going into a recording, man, is to show yourself a man. All right, because in this captivity, all right, we've discontinued from our heritage, but along with our heritage came our manhood, man. All right, along with our heritage went our manhood, man. All right, so it's true and hope. Baruch 2 and 32 real quick. Baruch 2 and 30. All right, because part of coming back into this truth and remembering your heritage is remembering your role on this planet Earth as a man. If we don't have anything else in this captivity in America and Babylon, we're going to have our manhood, man. All right, we're going to understand what it means to be a man by the reference of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Not by what Esau says it means to be a man, or what your damn black woman says it means to be a man. Because I'm going to tell you something. The average so-called black woman is a narcissist, man. So she's going to tell you what benefits her. But going back to the point, we're going to learn what it means to be a man. And read that again, then get Baruch.
This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men.
Remember the word, man. This is our guideline how to orient ourselves in this captivity, man. All right, go ahead,
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves."
We're going to remember ourselves. And what's the land of our captivities, brothers? It's America. All right, us remembering ourselves is finally acknowledging, wait a minute, we're Israelites? We're the people that we read about on Easter Sunday when they showed Charles Hester in the Ten Commandments. That was us. All right? But along with that came our manhood, man. Along with not knowing who we were came our manhood, because we didn't know our roles as a man. You learned your role as a man through a damn rap song. A lot of us were raised by rappers. A lot of us was raised by older guys in the hood. A lot of us was raised by a father, but he might not have known how to be a man. Okay?
I got an article you want to get.
Go ahead.
All right, this is from HiddenDominion.com. It said male emasculation in America. Yep. It said manhood in America has been under attack for many decades, with falling sperm counts, lowering of testosterone, feminizing of boys, lack of traditional male role models, and the privilege trap. Masculinity is taking hits from all angles, but why is male emasculation in America today? You don't need a long article to figure this out. It is fairly obvious to see the answer. And it says, consider all these. It said media is on the side of feminism. There are hardly any traditional male role models left in advertising, Hollywood, or any form of entertainment. Almost all male characters are dumb or overtly aggressive. Look at Family Guy, The Simpsons, Everybody Loves Raymond, etc. The average modern role models for men are incredibly wealthy, sleazy business moguls or athletes, not great moral, guided individuals.
And if I can add, and because you're basically doing that, you know what I'm saying, you're actually doing it from a spiritual standpoint. Because a man basically actually starts a nation, you know, and takes over other nations. So instead of killing the men off, what are they doing? They're doing it from a spiritual standpoint.
Yeah, because see, they want slaves. And I got to go back into it. Basically, I was watching this one Edomite on YouTube. His channel name is The Scariest Movie Ever. His name is KJ. But basically, he was going into it, man, about this documentation from the United Nations. But basically dealing with social equality. The reason why they're pushing this LGBTQP agenda so hard is because they want all the men feminized so they're easier to control. Because if you have masculine men, those men are going to fight back against the New World Order, you know? So they don't want that.
Yep. And it says, and it goes into that. And it says, an oppressive and tyrannical society can only be founded once its male inhabitants have been neutered. That's it. The traditional male doctrine of protection and violence, when warranted, is extremely detrimental to an oppressive regime. If they try to orchestrate it within a masculine society, men will be men. They will fight back to protect the women and children as they have done for millennia.
And that's what Zaquan just said. You know, if men were in their right spirit, in their right masculine frame, they will rebel against this oppressive system. But a woman by nature is submissive, man. All right, so they're putting you in that spirit of a woman to be submissive to the government. All right.
I say this.
Hey, go ahead, brother.
Tomorrow is Mother's Day, right?
Yep.
They pushed that shit from last month. It been Mother's Day, Mother's Day, Mother's Day, and this tomorrow be Mother's Day. And you know, when Father's Day come around, you barely hear about Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they want everybody to love mom. You know, we love mom. But goddamn, we didn't come from mom. We came come from our dad.
Yeah.
Those people fail to realize.
Yeah.
They think we came from our mom, but we know we came from our dad.
Yep.
They push that feminine vibration. It's bad. It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah.
As the brother say, you know, like our actors back in the day when we were growing up, it was not like this. Me and the brother right there, you know, in Lamar, it wasn't like this. But now it just this shit gone, man.
Yeah, it's the end. I got it real quick.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
real quick. Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Hey, that's what the article doesn't want you to do, man. But the Most High is asking, well, King David is asking, well, it's the Most High asking, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, man?
Mm-hmm.
And that's talking about the elect, man. Because we're the only one that's not under that in that sucking place. All right, we see the veil, we see through the veil. All right, and we're the ones that's rising up against Esau, which is that evildoer. All right.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Yep, and the workers of iniquity are starting with the elites, man, the international bankers, starting with the Rothschilds, man. Okay, go ahead, Lamar.
This is just a write up on the Google when you pull up gird up your loins, and it's under more results, and it's what does it mean to gird up your loins? And it says if you've read the Bible, then you probably come across the phrase gird up your loins. Thus to tell someone gird up their loins was to tell them to get ready for hard work or battle. It was the ancient way of saying man up.
And that's what the Most High told Job, man. After all the hell the Most High gave Job, he told Job, man, basically gird yourself up like a man.
Yeah.
Because if you go into this concept of masculine energy, the way you put a man into his masculine energy is to either put him through suffering and put him through challenges, man.
Yeah.
So the quickest way to put a man into the spirit of being a masculine is to put him through suffering and it's to put him through challenges. And the way you coach him is tell him to man up. Don't baby him. Don't say good job. If you're doing the best you can, make him go harder.
Yep.
All right?
That's why you read in the Apocrypha, it goes into make not haste in time of trouble.
Yeah.
Because that goes into that particular burden or affliction when it comes upon you. You basically just, the Heavenly Father telling you to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. And I was watching the Intent, the first one last night. And when it first came on in the intro, the guy stated, you cannot truly be great unless you have good opposition.
Yep.
Through the afflictions, the burdens, the Most High utilized, Satan to afflict you and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You know?
You need resistance in order to build strength. Hey, but some of the other Apostle Hart has said, man, I concur. You know, hey man, a lot of you Jays, cause see, we all coming out of the world, man. Pull your fucking pants up, man. God damn it. You know, we men, man. That shit go back to prison. Men have their pants off their ass. There's also brother brought out a gird up your loins like a man. You physically gird up your loins. You have a fucking belt on, man.
Yeah, because you get to boxing in the streets, you got your pants sagging, you already lost.
Yeah. Especially you niggas, especially you bros in Great Millstone, man. You have no reason to have your pants sagging, man. You claim you've been born again and therefore you're that new creature, so therefore act like it, man.
A lot of, to be honest, man, a lot of brothers in Great Millstone still a worldly vibration, man. If you've been in this truth for a year or 2 years, you still shouldn't have the resemblance of a nigga, man. You still shouldn't have a slick hairline, man. Right, but this brother still lining himself up. You still should be sagging, man. That's supposed to be gone, man.
That's right. Hey, can I get a precept?
Yep.
Hey, get John 3 and 8. So I was going to get Revelation 22 and 13.
This is John chapter 3, verse 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth.
Oh man, get John 3 and 7.
3 and 7. This is John chapter 3, verse 7. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
Right, so you have to be born again. And part of being born again is having that spiritual alpha male perspective. Now, when you read the history on Yahushua within the scriptures, it stated that he was an austere man. Okay, now get Revelation 1.
22:8.
Yeah, well, no, I said Revelation 22:13, right?
All right.
About the Alpha.
All right. This is Revelation 22:13. I'm the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last.
Right, right. So, hey, read that again, though.
This Revelation 22 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Alpha and the Omega.
Right, so an alpha. So you suppose, you know, an alpha male. What is an alpha male? Basically, it's a man that exercise power, strength. Okay, and he is a masculine man at that time frame. Okay, and you have behavior traits of alpha males. Okay, these alpha males, per se, they're gonna have a purpose. Okay, because when you have a purpose, then therefore you're driven and motivated to do something. And we know our purpose within the spirit is basically to be about our Father's business, man. And alpha male is not afraid to say no. Okay, because now basically people don't want to say no because they're afraid to hurt your feelings, although they're right. So, but we're still guided by the scriptures, but at the same time frame, we tell you no.
And if I can say this, we've been emasculated.
Yeah.
And I can speak for myself. I didn't grow up in the man's man environment.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to come into this truth and learn these things. So some of these things apply to you. This is admitting it and knowing it's the first step to change.
Right.
Knowing you overweight or big or whatever is the first step of exercise. You have to admit it first.
Right, and
You
that's
know?
another trait of an alpha male because basically you're gonna have weaknesses, but like the elder is saying, therefore you're supposed to strengthen your weakness.
Yeah.
And then an alpha male is courageous. What is the term courageous? It means basically, you know, although you have fears, but you still work through those fears to get to accomplish the goal, man.
That's where you get the word fortitude from.
That's where you get fortitude from.
Yeah.
And then when you go into that term alpha, okay, it actually goes back to the Hebrew origin of Aleph. Yeah, Aleph. You know, so basically it's the beginning. Okay, so when we come into this truth, we got to have a masculine, spiritual perspective, man. You know, and you don't model yourself after no woman. See, a difference between an alpha male and a beta male is a beta male conforms to what a woman wants. And so when she leaves, therefore his identity is gone. But an alpha male, we look at women like basically they're not scarce. So although she loves us, or if she leaves at the same time frame, there are more women out there, man.
And just to land back on this, to add, alpha male, essentially what makes an alpha male also is his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
A real man has a purpose. All right, and a beta male, his woman is his purpose.
Yeah.
A beta male doesn't really have a purpose. His woman completes him. All right, but an alpha male, a real man, he's dedicated to something, man. Something the elder brother told me probably 10 years ago. He was like, a woman likes a man that's dedicated to something, man.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, and we just happen to have this truth, man, which is the most precious thing to dedicate yourself to. But that in essence is what makes you alpha, because you are dedicated to something, man.
That's right. And go ahead, Sean.
I said because you're not focusing all your energy on her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you got your energy on something else, it's like they desire you more.
That's right.
And that's very true, man. And instead of putting your energy on hoes, as soon as you dedicate yourself to something, man, women gravitate to you.
That's right. Yep. Because once you place her as the center of your attention, then your spirit has been conquered, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the same time frame, like the elder saying, that it's the main characteristics is having a purpose, and then at the same time frame, being confident within your own flesh.
Yeah.
Whether you got a receding hairline, whether you're overweight, so on and so forth, but you supposed to be proud of being you, man.
And if you have, and going back to overweight brothers, because a lot of brothers have health issues. You know, we all have health issues, a lot of us. Whatever you have that need to work on that shit. That's part of being a man. Okay, what's something you can work on? You trying to pick up some weight. Pick up some weight. You know you're 30 pounds overweight. What are you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
You broke. What are you gonna do about it?
Yep.
You know, like what? Okay, this is the problem. What's the solution?
That's it.
Hey, the essence. Something I'm learning, man. Is a young man, it's all about your push, man.
Right.
You can reach any fucking goal on this planet realistically if you got some type of push about you.
That's right.
Like, fuck how you feeling. Just push yourself, man.
That's right. That's right. And then it's the way you carry yourself too.
Yeah.
Because an alpha male, if he's actually complete in his self-image, then therefore he carries himself keenly.
Yeah.
Okay, his head is going to be up, his chest is going to be out. He's not going to talk to you with his head down.
He's confident in
He's
his flesh.
confident. He's confident within his flesh, and then at the same time frame, when he speaks, it's going to be at a slow rate because he's not worried about basically you're leaving or he lost your attention. Is the basics of it is he believes in what he's saying. All right.
A good example there was Book of Eli, the character Denzel Washington portrayed. He was like on a dedicated mission. You know what I'm saying? And he was cutting dry with his answers. But she was like, "Can I follow you?" Like, no. You know what I'm saying? He was just dedicated, had that tunnel vision.
And he wasn't all happy that he had a little woman next to him either.
Right.
Yeah. She had to get with her to get gone.
Yeah, because their world should revolve around us, man. Not the other way around. Because being the alpha or the first, we was actually created first, man.
Mm-hmm.
The men are superior spirits, women are lesser spirits, so they should revolve around you.
Right.
But like brother's saying, we are working on our weaknesses. Certain things you can't change. You can probably change your weight. Certain brothers short and shit, that's something you can't change. Our hair line going back, the natural line, this shit we can't change. But if you listen to a lot of these guys with these different movements outside the truth, because the Lord got them doing what they doing really for us. Like their whole thing is like brother's saying, doing with an alpha male, you got a purpose, and you also becoming like a better version of yourself. Mm-hmm. So the scriptures go into that, like you putting on that new man. Mm-hmm. So hey, like we evolving, man. Like the Lord about to put us on a way higher level, the closer we get to the end.
Hey, work on your weaknesses too, man. A lot of your poor confidence, the reason why a lot of times you have poor confidence is because you're losing those battles behind closed doors. When you by yourself, though, whatever you're doing, your bedroom doors closed, this is going to determine how you are in the world, man. Mm-hmm. So if you're losing the battles in your mind, you're not going to be that supreme version of yourself in the world, man. A lot of times your confidence, your self-confidence, a lot of times self-confidence comes from self and how you're dealing with yourself, man. Mm-hmm. All right? So like those personal battles that nobody's watching you, that's going to determine how you conduct yourself in the world, man.
Yeah. People can pick up on that vibration too.
Yeah.
That's right. And then another trait too, as an alpha male, you have to learn how to regulate your emotions. Yeah. Because Esau teaches you to be woman-like, and we know dealing with women, basically their thoughts are driven by their emotions. All right, but with an alpha male, basically his thoughts drives his emotions. Even the character of like James Bond, although they're different characters, but if you go back towards history up until now, this character, whoever plays James Bond, okay, they all zoo out or ooze out, masculinity, man. The way they carry themselves, so on and so forth. And them are Edomites. But at the same time frame, we're coming from a more so a spiritual perspective, man.
Yeah, right? It's the same role.
It's the same role.
And we need this spirit that is coming out, in this class, man, because we need that spirit to get through these times. It's about to be some strange stuff happening, man. It's about to be a very strange time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like to get through that, Esau, hey man, there's all type of wickedness going on right now, man. I saw a video, like now they pretty much they're aborting babies that's full fucking grown, man. Yeah. And they got certain methods where they'll inject certain tools in the woman to decapitate the baby. Like that's some gruesome looking shit. I'm talking about a full size baby. Like so, I mean, and it's just one thing. I'm just saying, like, just imagine what we're gonna be seeing out in the open. Yeah. Because this the worst time in history. But you got guys like Nate 7 saying that ain't no Jacob's trouble. Like pretty much we gonna be like la da da. It's only just as the days of Noah, but not going to 2nd Ezra 15, not going to 2nd Ezra 16. And all these other prophetic books dealing with these times, man. Like if we don't stay in the spirit, that's why we locked in now. But if you don't stay in the spirit, you gonna bug out, man. El Pastor put up a video, but actually it was a sit down. But a brother he had took a clip from it. And it's going back to when they had they sit downs at the Ponderosa. You speaking on death. He was like, man, like death, like he about to do his thing now, cause it's the end. Cause after this we gonna conquer death. But like man, cause death the actual spirit himself, but the Lord about to let him loose, and we gonna see him kill waves of Israelites, man. You know, so tonight get caught up in that. That's why Spirit got us getting into this alpha male, numb, callous spirit, because you got to be that way. Like your family dying, people you used to know, see all your coworkers dying. You know what I'm saying? Not trusting people like that. If it ain't the brothers, not trusting them. You know, it's like you can't help them. Fuck them. Like that's the time we coming into, man. And even women, because women, they even showed you on Book of Eli. A lot of these women gonna be used to set niggas up, man. You know? But yeah, but hey, this spirit, like the Lord is making us real men, man. Like something we ain't seen on this side. The brothers had their fathers, where their father was there or not. We had certain mentors. You probably grew up under your uncle or something. Or Jake, like the elder said, Jake out the street, we look up the rappers. These weren't real men. Some of them was close to it, some of them. But like, no, you didn't realize your whole life you was gonna be that example. Like, you gonna be the real man. And you gotta lead. The time we coming into, people gonna be following you, man. Including the woman, you know? And we all want women, because we men, but we on a mission, man. Hey, some of us may have to lose our lives, man. You know? Decapitation, that shit fucking real, man. You think these motherfuckers don't want to cut our heads off? And we going against the grain, you know, we the only ones really going against them. You know? So we preparing, like I was going to Sirach 2, prepare your soul for temptation, man. Like, that's what you new brothers that's watching, you gotta realize when you come in this thing. Because you're gonna taste the sweetness, but you gotta realize, like, hey, you gotta count the costs. You may have to fucking die, man. Which we know you really don't die, but the point is, that's all coincided with this, that's a synergy of this alpha male spirit, man. Like, you ready for it. Like Elder Bun always say, you stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready, man. Because a lot of Jake that's been watching, they've been bullshitting the whole time. And you cats watching right now, a lot of you cats, man, and you gonna try to sneak, let me do this, do that. It's too late now. And we ain't gonna be out there. Y'all drive right past the camp, man. Walk past us. You know? But hey, we can't help you, man.
Hey, and also another trait is to have like leadership qualities. You know, because a lot of times as leaders, you know, you don't want to pick that wrong choice because of the consequences. But an alpha male, basically, he does that. He's not afraid to do so. But a beta male is not, because at the same time frame, he's scared of the consequence for picking that wrong choice, man.
And that goes back to indecisiveness, which goes back to being double-minded.
Yeah.
Which goes back into James, a double-minded man is unstable on his ways. You're double, how you gonna look in front of people once you make their own decision.
Yeah, Elder Ariala spoke on that drive he did, that drive and talk. Yeah.
Hey, get that 1 Kings 2 and 2.
Yeah, he spoke on throwing your ass online.
You still got your piece of it? All right.
This is 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 2.
1 Kings 2 and 2.
2 and 2, slide.
That was the second preacher. Scott, you can get yours first, bro.
I got precepts out of the mind too.
Like, this is Isaiah 52 and 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O
Dust
Jerusalem.
is that confusion, man. And part of that confusion is basically being emasculated, man. You know, being groomed to do what your woman says according to the statutes of America, man, within this setup. All right, but it tells you in the book of Jeremiah, the 6th chapter, we're supposed to follow the old paths, man. That's right. And a part of our culture is actually being an austere alpha male, guided by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, part of that, going back to that letter, Aleph, the symbol for that letter is like an ox, right? But that's the spirit and nature of a man. A man was never supposed to be cute, man.
And the ox represents strength.
An ox, but your purpose and your masculine energy on this earth is strength. And women will tell you that they want a strong man.
And that's why alpha male goes back to the beginning.
The beginning.
Because hey, you're as strong as your strength is.
You're the progenitor, man.
You know?
Well, yep. So going back to Sirach the 10th chapter, man. As the king is, so is the people under their king.
So it says, shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion.
Yeah, and we're captive at this time frame. Why? Because we're still, we haven't been redeemed by Yahushua yet. We're still within this system, man. okay? And then we're confined by these paper yokes through birth certificates, social security.